the San Francisco 49ers.
Brings their line set to kick off.
2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. First down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
21-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there to first down.
At the 30-yard line.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
Pass complete here to Sanders. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagle 16. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
16-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Flush to his right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Desmond Trufant brought him down. A 7-yard pickup.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is going to be 49er football.
Fumble on the play.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
First down, here's White. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Is 3rd down.
To throw is Bridgewater. This is White on the screen. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Forbath will put this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 more yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Eagles. There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Philadelphia.
And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And that's complete. Albert Okuebunam. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz out to his left. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz on the move to his left. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
To
James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Formath to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Eagles 17, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offense. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Second and inches at the Niners' 14-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A good position to be in here, second and inches. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run it in with White. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown,
James White with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Eagles 24, 49ers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Escaping the pressure right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Wentz now on first down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Eagles 31, 49ers nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Intercepted by the
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Here's Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run for it. This is White. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go one more.
They'll run. This is White. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Final play of the half. Bridgewater to the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
White, the ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
James White, the ball carrier.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Bridgewater to throw it. Steps away. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Wentz eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mostert. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Jamal Adams, an all-pro for the first time a season ago, had a fumble return for a touchdown and a pick 6 last year, and he delivers another pick 6 right here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, 49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Amendola. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, joint.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
15-yard line.
Let's go. Great.
On 2nd down, Mostert. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Intended for Danny.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Carl Lawson. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Now Amendola. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Get wild now. Sack lunch. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. You got nothing today.
To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now White, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
The ball carrier.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
26 Mike. Fire down. Squeeze, double. Watch the safety creep.
Opting to run again here with White. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On the left side, a catch by White. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
To James White. A gain of 3 yards.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Back now here in Santa Clara.
With the score,
and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And Forbath will put this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
Oh,
touchdown, Philadelphia.
J.D.
McKissick. His first touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
56.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to look deep for Edelman. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Fire down.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll go again with McKissick. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 49-yard line.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all
Yo, Jason from Tony.
punters do during the course of practice.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
J.D. McKissick.
That's a gain of 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide